one more chance. I feel as though, I don't know this, this is just my hunch. Andy loves a society gal. So I kind of could see Andy like loving the status of her, but she was the least interesting for me last year. Sai was more fascinating. I know Uba and Bryn are already fighting like offline about, Uba thinks she's a model on par with Giselle Bundchen and Naomi Campbell. And Bryn is like, girl, you model for Dress Barn. And Uba is, trashing Bryn, saying Bryn lives in a little rental that has no windows in New York City, which is, I'm sure, $3,000 a month.
She did. She said that it's like she said that prairie dress and you live in a little shithole with no windows or something like that.
They all look like they're on Ozempic a little bit. Aaron Leachy, I guess that could be interesting. They making it out to sound as though Aaron and her marriage is having problems. And yeah, we'll see. I mean, I really
Aaron's
liked
acting
it.
like she's having marriage problems. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, give me a break.
All right.
She ain't getting, everything is fine between
I'm
those
not
two.
I'm not as negative on this as you
I'm
are.
not.
I have
Listen,
hope, but
let me be something positive. You want something positive? It looks better than the entire first season, this trailer. There's
oh,
a positive statement by me. I just am so disappointed in these trailers. I mean, we had Orange
really?
County. Well, I think Orange County was like, it's not as good as the trailer, but I think it's good. So I don't know. Is this the best that they can give? I
I
don't know.
think I don't know if this is the best, but I think this is what they want. I think this is what they want. We talked about last season. Now, last season was off because, obviously we had Lizzie Savetsky the first 4 episodes, and she was cut. We're probably going to see something similar for RHOA. We started out with Kenya. We're not going to end with Kenya. But what is interesting to me is they loved the first season of RHONY. They liked them fighting over cheese. Last year at BravoCon, the women were sort of the toast of BravoCon. I think that this is what they want. I think the most probably fascinating, juicy is going to be Rebecca Minkoff coming for her over the Scientology stuff. And I'm not sure if it was her. I think it's her father, longtime Scientologist, and was brought up in a lawsuit where he was supposed to save somebody in Scientology or prescribe them medication. They ended up dying, I believe, by like suicide or something. Anyhow, there was a medical thing. I'm completely butchering that, but there's some sort of true crime element there that I think people will be interested in. I think they're fine with that. I think they're fine with this is the new Bravo, you guys. This is the new Bravo. The messiness is coming from this new Hulu show, the Mormon Lives. No, Mormon
Is
Wives.
that one messy, babes? Is that one
Yeah.
messy?
The new one that's coming out that's supposed to replace Sister Wives, Bizarre Lives of Mormon Wives or whatever. And that is they're getting arrested for DUI and they're having sex with each other's husbands or at least making out. I don't think they went all the way there. But I think we are looking at the new frontier of Bravo, which is RHOC, which is good. We sort of have one woman who's in spiral meltdown mode, and we are going to follow her through the entire season. And my guess
Shannon.
is Shannon. And my guess is it's going to be maybe a Bryn and a Minkoff. Like we're gonna get to the bottom of Minkoff's Scientology stuff.
I
And
think Scientology is going to be, and I think
I think that's the theme.
Erin is a
Yeah.
lovely Jewish girl. That's why she said, she's like very strong ties to Israel. I think she's going to come for her on this. I do. I do. I think that might be a huge, I
I
mean,
do not think they're going to get that into Israel. I don't.
no, not that, but I think Erin's very like into her religion and just, she, I think is just going to say, I don't understand Scientology. And Rebecca's going to be like, I am judging you. You don't judge me. And it's going to be explosive. No, I think you're right about not wanting to be too toxic. To that point, Andy has gotten a lot of heat about not having a reunion. and someone called into the radio show for New Jersey, and I mean, got all these. He's really taken all these calls lately, and they were like, you should have done this, and you should have had, and no, and the caller pushed back like, no, it was toxic, but you could have controlled these girls, and you could have asked them the hard questions. And Andy's like, you think this is a group that's capable of resolution? Or whatever he said.
I mean, he
Something
is
similar
right.
to that. He's like, you think this is a group that wants like accountability? That was it. He said, you think this is a group that could ever take accountability? This isn't, guys, this isn't good for the future of these particular people. Doesn't sound like this is, I've said this before. I've said it as nauseum. I just think whether Teresa is back or whoever is back, or nobody's back, or the show is back, it's just, we ain't moving this along. Like, we are just, it's kind of like when you run a business and you have so many fires to put out, you get to every fire, but you can't do it all at once. I think New Jersey right now is like low on their totem pole of like, like, we need to get to this later. Like, doesn't seem like, I just think it's a long time before they try to focus on this.
Hmm.
The thing is, Teresa isn't gonna have a lobotomy overnight. So how is this gonna work if she comes back? I don't know. My crystal ball is just, I got things to say, and I'm gonna go on record. Everyone keeps saying, when are you doing this show? I'm gonna do a whole show, but like, I really don't know what's gonna happen. Can't figure it out on this one. Well, I mean, I have, gun to my head, I have to choose something. I know what I'm gonna choose, but I just think it's like really, really, we ain't gonna address this. But it's funny that Andy's saying things like no accountability, and it's over, Sarah. This toxicity is over.
Insane. There's so many things to me that Teresa could do, right? I think that Teresa's not over with that network. I don't believe. I think they're going to find a place for her. The rest of them, kind of could see it being over for Melissa and Joe. I mean, they do have huge
You don't
fans
think spinoff for those two?
for Melissa and Joe. For
You're
what?
yeah, right. You're saying what? Well,
Well, I mean,
the
no, I
Brady
mean,
bunch. I mean,
Kelly,
I mean,
they're grown. The kids are grown.
well, one of them is out of the house. The other two are there. But yeah, I mean, look, we can't show. I mean, we could try. I'm not saying it's going to work. We could try to go I'm just thinking, we could try to go the Vanderpump Rules route and follow Melissa into Long Island and into her shop at Envy in New Jersey. Is that thing still there on it moved locations, but is that Envy still there? I'm sure it is. You want to see Melissa as the Lisa Vanderpump of Jersey with all the girls working for, kind of like Dash. Remember when they had that, what was that, Dash Dolls or whatever that show was? Now, I'm
Yeah.
not comparing Melissa to Kim, Little Money, or Court. I would never do that to the Kardashians. But how about that? Melissa with a bunch of gals, maybe a gay guy at the register.